right, Projects and Politics back again, another episode with my boy A Brims.
Yeah, what's good,
What's
man?
good, bro? Welcome
What's
to the
poppin',
show.
man? Appreciate you for having me, my boy.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
First question is, who is A Brims?
Who is A Brims? I never like to categorize myself, but when I introduce myself, I let people know I'm a hat designer. I run marketing and all of social media for 2 hat shops in LA. But I'm just a young brown kid from LA, second generation, born and raised in LA.
Most definitely.
That's probably the gist of it, though.
So, what are those 2 hat shops?
2 hat shops. We have one at the Crenshaw Mall and one at the Fox Hills. So it's a Pro Image Sports, family-owned business.
Yeah.
Me and my OG. So yeah, we got 2 shops. One at the Fox, one at the Crenshaw. Pull up, you get fitted up. We got all the sports apparel and all the hats.
Dope. How did you get into the hat game?
Man, I was born into a baseball family, bro. So I grew up playing baseball. So off the dribble, it was like we was already fitted up with the baseball caps just because we was on the field with them.
Yeah.
But even past that, my OG has always worked in sports apparel. He's always been fitted up.
Yeah.
So I kind of followed his footsteps, and even in high school, I was always fitted up for that reason.
Yeah.
I always had the source to get the fitteds.
Right.
And people always knew, man, if you need a hat, you go talk to Brims. You let Adrian know, you feel me? So it was kind of like second nature almost, bro.
Off top.
Yeah.
That's dope. So you already answered this, but how many Pro Image Sports locations are there?
Man, there's about 100, bro. They're all over the U.S., but as far as the ones that's owned and operated by me and my family, it would be the one at the Crenshaw Mall and at the Fox Hills.
Off top. And when it comes to the designs, do you guys work with each other on each hat, or does everybody do each design separately?
So honestly, I'm the head designer. I'm not going to say I do everything myself. I could never say that. I do get input from my team. Like I said, my pops, the homie BQ, or just anybody. If I'm designing at the shop and whoever's working that day, I'll just call them over. Yo, what do you think about this design or this concept behind this hat? So it's I'm the head designer, but I do get input from me and my team, bro.
Up top. Yeah. Where do you get most of your inspiration from?
Honestly, when I got into the game, bro, it was more I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that there was only so many people in the world that had a official New Era license. Yeah. So with me being having that license, I knew that I just wanted to put on for LA and the West Coast, bro. Right. So it's everything I do is more man, is the city gonna fuck with it? Yeah. Yeah, of course, everybody wants to be global and wants the whole world to know about them, but to me, it's this is home. So it's I want home to fuck with me and who I am and what I do.
That's dope. Most definitely. When you guys get a lot of support throughout the city, is that based on marketing or is it organic growth?
Man, people always ask me that, how'd you guys blow up so quickly? I think I tell people it was organic, bro, because we blew up kind of mid-pandemic. Yeah. So I got sent back from college. I was at Southern University in Louisiana. So I got sent back, and Pops was struggling with the business. So, I did what I had to do, and I stepped in, and I was going to help him any son should. You feel me? So with that, we started doing pop-up shops outside the mall, right outside Fox in the parking lot. We was the only people out there. And we'll do it every Friday and Saturday of the week, every week. And people started kind of getting the gist of it because everything was shut down. Yeah. And people were still throwing low-key parties here and there during the pandemic. Have to know. So it's yo, if you need to get fitted up, we outside from this time to this time. So that was more on the city, knowing they outside at the Fox Hills Mall if you need any jerseys or fitted hats. So I feel it was more organic, but of course marketing always plays a role in anything, bro. With my photographer down to anybody that helps me with getting the people I need to get in my hats or get in any of our apparel, bro. So I would say, yes, we're organic, but marketing does play a role, of course.
Most definitely. When it comes to collaborations with other brands, what goes into who you choose to work with?
Man, just the relationship, truly, bro. More like off rip, I couldn't go through this interview without mentioning the G4 and Monty collab, bro, with the Winners collab. Like, we had a relationship prior to the collab, so or prior to like us blowing up with the hats. Like, they were always fitted up. Like, they wore hats.
Yeah,
like, they wore hats already, so they knew like, oh, like at the Fox, I go to Promise, I could get a nice fitted.
Yeah,
like, they already knew that off rip, so it's kind of like that relationship was built. And then they're like, man, like, we both like making noise, like, let's do something together. And it's kind of like with that, like, I'd rather go the organic route than try to force something off of who somebody is or anything like that. But yeah, just because they were from the city and they rock with us just as much as we rock with them, it kind of just made sense. I like to everything I do, I just like to make it make sense. It's kind of like something I like to go by. You feel me?
I feel you. Do you look forward to doing more collabs with like artists in the city?
Hell yeah, bro. That's my goal, bro. I got a list, man. I got a list at the crib with different artists, and I'm like, yeah, like, this is one of my favorite artists from the city. I want to collab with these couple artists for sure, bro. Most definitely.
That's dope. So what's your favorite creation out of all your hats right now?
Man, everybody always asks me that, bro. It's a tough one. That's like asking the artist, like, what's their favorite song they put out. You feel me? But as far as my favorite hat, my solo hat, I would say my Chronic hat, which is inspired by Dr. Dre's Chronic album cover.
Okay.
I feel like the city like embraced that hat so like well, and it was kind of like a staple in the hat community, and it still is. So that's one of my hats that I'm most proud of for sure. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. At what point did fitteds go from the original plain Jane version to where they are now with all the detailed designs on them?
Man, so like I said, I've been wearing fitted, me and my family, since I can remember, bro. Like, my pops, since I was born, he's always had a fitted on. With us designing the hats early on, it was just like you said, plain Janes, no side patches, no crazy, like maybe some crazy colors, two tones, but nothing like out of the ordinary. But as time's gone on, I would say right before the pandemic is when we started throwing side patches on them, and like people were rocking with the side patches. I couldn't not give credit to Hat Club for what they've done on the East Coast. They started coming out with the side patches and the undervisors, the colored undervisors. So like when they started doing that, it was like a whole change in the game. So everybody started asking for them, and we were gonna start doing it, but we kind of wanted to have our own twist. So that's why it's more like, man, let's put on for the city, let's put on for the West Coast, like, let's show them that we could do it too, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You can start there and then go even bigger and bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Most definitely. How often do you guys do drops?
We try to drop every week. But sometimes we'll have like a big drop, and the next week it'd be like, man, we got to take this week off.
Yeah. Have you ever considered starting a clothing brand, or is your focus solely on hats?
No, for sure. Like, just like with the Winners collab, we did the merch, we did the t-shirt.
Yeah.
That was big for me, bro. We've always been speaking on starting the merch. And it's just hard to get, because we have a team, bro. It's hard to have everybody on the same page and like make sure everybody's happy with the product we're putting out, because at the end of the day, that's what matters to me. Just making my team happy, bro. But yeah, with the Winners, that was my first piece that we ever released, and I was happy with it. I was happy with it for sure. But yeah, I'm a for sure keep going with the merch.
Top. How did you feel about the process of creating the merch and whatnot? Man,
it was dope. Like, I've mocked up pieces before, but having somebody else's logo and brand on the same tee or same item as mine with my brand on it was like, it was dope. It was I don't know. It made me happy, bro. On me, it was like, it was dope seeing that.
Yeah, off top. With the clothing, would it be the same under the same brand, or would you start a whole new brand?
No, it'll be LA's Hat Heaven, bro.
Okay.
That's what we're known for, and like our first location ever was at the Crenshaw Mall.
Yeah.
And we've had the LA's Hat Heaven logo there since the day we opened. So
how long you guys been
there? About like 15 years, 12 years, bro. In a minute, bro.
In the city, for sure.
Yeah, so a Fox location we've had for like 7-8 years.
Yeah. So how many people would you say like is a part of the LA Hat 17?
Man, you know what? It's crazy, because at first it was just my pops and his business partner.
Yeah.
for a long time at the Crenshaw Mall, and then we just grew and we were able to get the Fox store, and now we're at, before it was just 2 to 3 employees, to now it's about like 15 to 20, bro.
So that's dope, building the team out.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's pretty much it. The last question is, what's next for A Brims and Pro Image? And for that matter, LA Hat Heaven.
Man, what's next? Man, we got so much stuff that's like in the works of getting put out. So many hats that we have that's like gonna be iconic to the city. Yeah. So we're excited, bro. We have plenty of hats inspired by staples in LA. Mm-hmm. Not just restaurants, but buildings, landmarks, I would say. And yeah, so we're for sure gonna roll out those hats inspired by even movies that showed what the real LA is. Right. And with every hat that we release, I'm trying to make sure we release a piece of clothing as well, right, as far as the LA's Hat Heaven brand.
That way you can build the catalog with the merch. That's dope as hell. Yeah. Do y'all plan on ever like expanding to the East Coast or down south?
Man, you know what? Me and Pops talk about it all the time, bro, but it's a dope feeling, like being in a store and like people walking in and like, oh damn, A Brims, like what's up, bro? Like I'm coming from Colorado, I'm coming from Louisiana. It's my first time in LA. Like right. I see you guys on Instagram all the time. Like I had to stop by.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel it.
So it's like, it's a dope feeling knowing that like you gotta this is the LA hat store. Like right. You gotta come to LA if you want to get the fly LA fitted and go to LA's Hat Heaven. Yeah. So that's a dope feeling. But I mean, of course, we would love to expand, but as of right now, nah, we haven't. If we do, it'll probably be another spot in LA. To be honest.
Yeah, with you, I feel you. On some organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are y'all the first ones to do the corduroy hats?
We're not the first to do the corduroy hats, but we have put some work, like some stapled corduroy hats out for sure.
That's one of the dopest hats. Like I feel like that's crazy seeing a corduroy hat. What hat has got like the best response for y'all?
I would say our biggest hat was probably either one of the two-tone corduroys or, like I said, the Chronic.
The Chronic, for sure.
Yeah, but I got some stuff in the future that I feel like, I mean, I don't want to say it's going to be better, but like, I feel like we've grown much more since we dropped those. So everything else we put on is just going to be bigger and better.
Most definitely. Well, thank you for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you. Another episode of Projects and Politics with my boy A Brims, man. Y'all go check out Pro Image at Fox Hills and Crenshaw Mall.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Off top.